6 figures a year, if you're making, fantastic salary and you're miserable and stressed out, you need to look at life and evaluate and say, okay, I need to do something that won't necessarily make me a lot of money, but will make me happy. And I know this all sounds like cliche stuff, and it's like, why is he talking about all this? It's like, because it's important. It really is. Really doing something that you want to do in life and taking a risk. There's absolutely no guarantee that what you're going to do will work, but give it a try, because it just might. You might go out there, take some classes, network with hundreds of cool actors, eventually meet someone who knows someone. It's like, well, I draw fan art, and one day maybe it would be great if I could work in graphic design in a movie studio. Well, what if you met an actor at a convention who knew someone who knew someone who knows someone who's a graphic designer at a Hollywood studio? This stuff happens all the time. Networking, huge, 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 huge. And I'm not saying, hey, all of you come up afterwards and give me your card. It's like, follow me on Facebook and Twitter. It's like, well, not necessarily that, but, I'm saying that you never know. Don't be afraid of getting out there and making yourself known. And I'm not talking about even just generically speaking as an actor. You gotta know people. You gotta get out there and make yourself say, hey, this is my business card, this is my art portfolio, this is my whatever. It's like, maybe I've seen some fantastic cosplay already. And I'm going, there's people that love knitting, sewing, and putting together that. Who's to say you couldn't make a career out of that? Or cosplay photographer blogs and all that. It's like, I want to shoot photography, I love photography. Why not? Will it make you rich? Probably not. Will it make you happy? If that's your passion, yes it will. So, that's my big soapbox. Other than that, it's like, I get asked a lot, it's like, well, what do you feel about bootlegs and piracy and anime? It's like, okay, here's the harsh truth. Anime is sort of on the downswing because of piracy and low DVD sales. People are accessing the shows for free on the internet, watching the shows, and then not buying the official DVDs or the official downloads when they come out because they've already seen it for free. It's like, I understand that. Your motivation's gone. If you've already watched 50 shows, why would you buy them again if you've already seen them? Well, my thing is to ask and implore you, it's like, okay, just know that if you did save your money and buy those official downloads or DVDs of shows, your money goes back into the system to pay those artists and creators to make more of the shows you like. Have you noticed in the past 5 or 10 years how many shows start off awesome and then they end terribly?
Yes.
They run out of money. There's no more money going into the system, so they can keep doing that. So the harshest critics of all would say, oh, Kyle, you're just saying that because you're looking out and you're trying to cover your job. Anime dubs pay crap. They pay so little. I make hundreds more recording on video games and cartoon stuff. And even some commercials would pay even more than all of that combined. So, no, there's no hidden motive here. I'm saying if you love the art form and want to see it survive, take a look at today's, the way the internet's changed everything. There are official ways to view shows. You can watch shows streaming on Crunchyroll, and they're free, and there's a paid account and stuff, but there's, free versions with streaming ads and all that. It's like, okay, you take the good with the bad. You gotta watch some ads that you can't skip. Well, money is paying for the bandwidth and paying those creators so they can continue to make the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, and whatever your favorite show is nowadays. So, yeah, that's that. I don't think people are bad for downloading and all that. We all do it. We all rip music and make CDs and share them with our friends and whatnot. That's what social media is. That's just changed the way business works. So this is the world we're living in, and there's no way you can 100% stop piracy. But I'm not saying stop piracy, I'm saying help the creators. Help them. And I mean, of course, MountainCon's going to be here 10, 20, 30 years when your children start coming here and everything, supporting the art form, because you guys are passionate. We're passionate. We get to work in this awesome industry. We get to travel the world and come see you guys in person. What a great benefit to doing what I'm doing. I get paid to do what I love, and I also get to travel the world and speak to you about not only this awesome art form, but how awesome this job is, and then whatnot, answer your questions and have one-on-one time. It's awesome. Love it. So, okay, now I'm staring into the sea of faces and wondering, are there questions? Yes. What's that?
Do you think your time as radio DJ builds up your confidence to do this?
Okay, the question was, did my work as a DJ build up my confidence so I could do this? Yes. You know why? Because you're in a studio like VO, like voiceover. You're in a booth surrounded by 4 padded walls. And I'm talking ultimately, in the voice acting sense, ultimately yes, thousands of people will hear my voice. At the time I'm recording, the director and the engineer, 2 people, maybe 3, maybe a client, a writer, producer may be in there too. So I was like, okay, on average 2 to 3 people are in the booth. Okay, I'm cool with that. But I'm staring at a screen dubbing anime, or I'm staring at an Excel spreadsheet with my script. And in the radio booth, I could be wacky and do all these voices and talk to an audience without them actually seeing me. So yes, confidence absolutely came out of that. I came out of my shell, and now I have more confidence. I'm still actually kind of shy, believe it or not. I'm wearing this hat. I'm shy. But yeah, you get me in a big group, I'm like quiet. I'm like a sponge. I'm just observing and all that. It's like, oh, I'll throw in my 2 cents when asked, but I'm not going to be that guy that's always like, ha, I'm funny. That's just not who I am. I'm actually really laid back to a fault. I'm like, are you stoned? Like, no, I'm just that laid back. If it ain't life or death, why get like, rah, rah, rah. So, that's just me. Yes, sir. Ooh, yay, mics.
About the power streamers in Dragon Ball Z, did you have to have any vocal preconditioning to do them?
Did I, like, training?
Training, because those streams take, I think with voice goes with the animation that I think he passed out after doing recording the switching and pre-transformations. So
Yeah, like the preparation to scream, no, you just have to scream full force, as loud as you can, as loud and long as you can. You know, if your character on screen is screaming for 30 seconds, you can't realistically do that. That's why, again, I told that story about screaming as long as possible, taking a breath, and they start a fresh take, and then record that, and then blend them 2 together. Yeah, the very first time I screamed on Dragon Ball Z, it was a fake scream. I'm like, ah, and then Chris Savage, the director, goes, cut. Okay, no. When you have to scream on mic, you have to scream on mic. Don't worry about blowing the audio, the speakers, whatever. We'll control that on our end. Don't worry. They can make a scream or a whisper sound just as resonant in the whole audio spectrum. So I can talk like this and it will still fill the thing. Or I can scream and it'll be just as loud. So they said, don't hold back. That's a big thing. So yeah, if it's your very first time in the booth, harder things to do than screaming, laughing and sounding legit. Crying. And you're like, 1, 2, 3, your dog's dead. You know, how do you do that? Or maybe, okay, now your character's being decapitated. Well, I remember that one time when I was 5 and I lost my head. What did that sound like? Oh yeah, little things. Yes?
Is there anyone else you'd like to voice acting more?
Anyone else in voice acting what?
Is there anyone else you'd like to voice act?
Oh yeah, everyone I try out for. An actor wants to always work. I mean, that's the goal, right? I tried out for Ichigo, and then I got Aizen. I'm okay with that. And sometimes I'll try out for big roles and get absolutely nothing. Or I'll get called in to do bit parts. Because I have a wide range. I can do young guys, I can sound like old guys, I can sound like demons. So I kind of help plug in the gaps. So they record the main cast, and then they'll say, hey, suddenly I get a call for things I didn't even audition for. That's good, because I'm still getting paid. I get paid the same rate as someone voicing the main role. I just don't have as many hours. It's like, so we're paid, most of us are paid hourly. Video games are maybe